Hey, Sister Maria. This is number three. Three. There we go. I just got your email about that thing, and I responded. Um, like I said, I was in the middle of this process. Just woke up, and I'm like, oh crap. And this is the best I could do to replace those things without like taking the time to write them, which I really hate writing because I can't spell and I can't word sentences. I love math. Math and science are my strong suits. English, I'm afraid of. Always have been. Um, this is like I said, number three. Uh, but the the river, and we stopped at the sites and tested the sites. The river was the Ottawa River. We followed that up from 10 Mile Creek, right outside on Main Street, all the way up to we tried to get us on the point, which was pretty cool because like Monclova, I've never been up there. Um, you think I visit the city a lot, right? I thought I did at least until I took a class. Um, Probably the coolest thing of all of the stuff was finding the seashells as we were standing over the bridge in Point Place. You guys went up and then I went down. This was the big bridge where it was so big we didn't have people on the opposite sides to measure how the distance. Um, the Catherine who was there, she lives out in Point Place, and she was saying that that loop between that like one point there on the bridge, you go around to get back to that point is 3 miles. Um, it's a pretty large area. So, but you guys went up and I went down. I was climbing through the rocks, and I found those shells. I found the clam shells, and I found the spirally ones. My coolest part though was that little tiny baby spiraling. The saddest part of the entire trip, I lost a little tiny baby spiraling on the walk back to the van. I was really sad because it was so cute. It was like little tiny shell. Any case, um, some of the shells were really cool because they were like some were bleached, like the color has washed away, the pigment was gone. The others were like not. There's a lot of the colors in there, a lot of pigments. Any case, back to the actual trip itself. Um, Traveling from the water sampling was cool. Um, we've done it a few times with the zoo teams, but we're often like out at vernal pool monitorings. So we'll go out and get the bucket and like wade out into the middle of this pool and collect the samples of water. We'll actually collect the bugs. That's what we're going for is the insects. We bring it back. We'll section off by 4, count that one of the corners, times that by 4. So like we'll count the water flies, the nymphs, the whatever we find, and so that's fun. But I've never done anything very scientific with like the machine. I'm kind of disappointed that we never got the machine to work because I've never done that. Counting the air level, the oxygen levels, the pH or whatever. Something you don't do out in the field, which I'm only out in the field. I don't get to see the lab part of anything. Um, but in theory, it would have been really cool. Testing the distance was pretty cool too. I haven't done that. Um, we don't often go out to rivers very often. We've gone out a few times with Erica, but yeah, most of our water's at the vernal pool monitorings, or we'll go out to cleaner streams and just pick up I don't know 60 bags of trash in one morning from the Maumee River. Um, who cares about the viruses and the toxins in there? No, we jump in. If you're not covered in mud by the end of that trip, um, you're pretty much banned from the zoo team program for the next week. You should see some of our pictures. Um, so I don't know what time. Oh, I remember I found that caterpillar thing at the very first site at 10 Mile. That was pretty cool. The woolly caterpillar. Um, Very amusing how many people. Well, there is especially those two girls. I don't know their names. Two ladies that like they wore wedges. They wore heels. So as we're climbing down this swamp like area, right along this Sylvania Road, with the forest and everything. They're trying to go through this in heels. I'm like, it's seasonal field ecology. We should be out in the fields. What are you wearing? So on the flip flop, I was wearing flip flops. At least I wasn't barefoot. No, that's a lie. When we were out in uh the really rich place, oh, the schools. I don't know. I'm not recalling it right now. But I was I was barefoot on that floodplain. Where we couldn't find a parking spot, we parked outside someone's house and we kind of blocked them in. That was funny. Um, I did run across the floodplains barefooted. There was some goose poop, but that was okay. Um, yeah,